sometimes when making these videos, somebody might come up to me and say, well, if being around a narcissist is so bad, why don't people just leave? And that is a damn good question. But the narcissist is an extremely strong manipulator. They do know what it is that they're doing. So they will go to lengths to make sure that their victim is trapped and can't just simply recognize the signs of what they are and leave, especially when you're in the narcissistic relationship. So in this video today, I'm going to go through 6 reasons why it is so difficult to leave a narcissistic relationship. All right, number 1, narcissists will actively isolate you from your family and your friends. This won't happen in a way which is overly obvious, but what you will find is that every single person that is in your support network, the narcissist will find a reason why you should not continue talking to that person. They might say, you know that girl, she's not good for you. I don't think you should be in that relationship anymore. Or they might even try and claim that a family member didn't step up for you when you needed them. Therefore, you don't need a person like that in your life anymore. They will try and make sure that you have fights with the people around you where possible. If anybody tries to intervene and say that your relationship is unhealthy or toxic, they will create narratives for you to say, oh, they're so jealous and so upset with us. Let's get rid of them. Let's cut them out of our lives. What you will find is that slowly the narcissist will cut away each and every single one of your friendships and family networks until you are not close to anybody except them. All right, number 2, narcissists will create a trauma bond. Now, this is the unfortunate situation of being in a relationship which is literally so intense. So the narcissist will take all your time, all your attention, your emotions will be flying up, down, up, down. And the sad reality is that the human brain gets conditioned to actually crave some of these feelings. It's possible for a victim to become addicted to the relationship with the narcissist. When it's so intense and it's so powerful, people can actually experience withdrawal symptoms when they actually get away from narcissistic people. So this powerful emotion keeps people trapped in the relationship, and the trauma bond can even get a victim to fiercely defend the narcissist's behavior if anybody was ever to try and call them out. Right, number 3, narcissists do push-pull. So on this channel, we talk a lot about the negative behaviors of a narcissist, but they don't do it all the time. Narcissists will sometimes give you a really nice, caring side to try and make sure that you stay hooked into the relationship. This particularly happens in the beginning when narcissists will absolutely love bomb you. They will overload you with love and affection, only to slowly withdraw it down the line and you really see the real side of them. But what that does is it keeps the victim hooked because they're always thinking, if I just do this, I'll get back the nice side of him. He showed me before that he can be like this. In time, hopefully, if we just get over this barrier, I'll be able to get the nice, lovely side of my husband back. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. If you stay in a relationship with a narcissist, you will be constantly exposed to push-pull tactics where they will be nice to you 1 minute and then complete devils the next minute. Okay, number 4, they will make sure that you are completely invested in the relationship. Now, we spoke previously in number 1 that the narcissist will isolate you from your family and friends. So you will not have anybody except the narcissist to really rely on over the course of your life. But what they will also do is make sure that you are so busy in the relationship that you do not have time for anything else. In one way or another, you will be serving them. So this might be running around the house, making sure it's all tidy and clean and preparing their meals for them, working on their business for them, looking after their children, their projects. One way or another, you will never be busier than when you are with a narcissist. You will be always running after them one way or another. Now, when you are that invested into the relationship, you're not going to have time for hobbies or your own activities. You will just become a shell of yourself. You will not have any self-esteem or any strength. When you are that invested in a relationship, everything else about you goes down. Number 5, they will manipulate you like nobody's business. So if you are a person who got into a relationship with a narcissist when you were particularly vulnerable, they will use every single measure they can to make it seem like they are the only ones who can save you. If you've just come out of a really, really difficult divorce and you've come across a narcissist, prepare for them to manipulate the situation so it seems like your ex-husband is a big bad wolf, and it is only because of the narcissist that he has not come to get you. Now, rationally and logically, we know things don't work that way. But when you're constantly being fed information into your brain that this person and that person and that person is all out to get you, and the narcissist is just this selfless, amazing human being who has just got rid of everyone and protected you, and without them, you'd be absolutely screwed, it's very, very difficult to have the strength and understanding to say, wait a minute, that's not true. That's not actually the case. Any kind of manipulation they will use to try and make it so that you are completely dependent on them. Other kinds of manipulation they might use is financial. They might make it so they have all the money. There'll be emotional manipulation. You won't be allowed to talk to anybody else, so they will know everything about you. And like we've spoken about previously, they will manipulate other people into also not liking you. So if you have friends, if you have family, they might make you have fights with them. So those people who were in your network are no longer there to support you. Right, number 6 and the final one. The final reason why people struggle to leave narcissistic relationships is that these are people who have no sense of boundaries or shame when it comes to retaliation. They will go to lengths that no one else will in order to get revenge. So the reason people struggle to leave narcissistic relationships is a fear of retaliation. Narcissists will do everything they can to learn your deepest, darkest secrets. They will figure out very, very quickly where your weaknesses lie so that they can exploit you in the future. A narcissist might make sure that they take intimate photos of you. They might try and make sure that they know things about you in your past which you really wouldn't want anybody to know. They might try and make sure that they get you into situations which, if anybody was to find out about them, you would get into serious, serious trouble. And once somebody has all that power over you, you feel very trapped, because how can you just leave and take the risk that this person will just spread everything about you and ruin your life? Because of that, people just don't leave. Right, I hope all of that made sense. As usual, if you've got any questions, any comments, drop me a message. Let me know what's going on for you. Being in a narcissistic relationship is so difficult, and we need to understand that these are very, very difficult things to leave. So if you have any experience with something like this, let other people know what's going on, validate other survivors, and stay tuned for my next videos, because I'm going to be teaching you more about how to survive being in narcissistic relationships and ultimately how to get away from them.